And hello to all my Libra friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for October 2022. You guys are very familiar with October, aren't you? Libra season in full effect. Happy birthday to my Libras. So we're going to get started, guys. The spreads that they've dialed up for you guys today, very interesting duo, I must say. We're going to start with a four corners spread. This looks at the four main areas that people usually ask about in tarot. Really good spread for general readings because we get to brush over all four of the main areas that you guys are interested in. So we're going to do that. Going to end your reading with a rune stone, and they've asked that I do an extra reading for you guys at the end. I need to tell you about it right now, though, because it's called a yes or no spread. Now, you may be thinking, well, what is that? How can I partake in that? Well, you need to think of a question, a yes or no question, and Spirit is going to do their best to answer that in the form of context at the end of this reading. And you need to start thinking about it right now. Now, you may think, oh, well, you already recorded this, and I'm just thinking about this question now. There's no way Spirit's going to answer that. Now, that kind of thinking will probably not get it answered. But at the same time, the idea of quantum allows this to be possible because time does not exist on the other side like it does here. So everything happens at the same time. And because of that, you asking your question right now in your mind is just fine. And Spirit is able to answer a lot of these questions in context. Now, at the same time, this is a general reading. Hard to get everybody at the same time here, but they're going to do their best. And thankfully, they have a method to their madness, and I just have to translate. So we're going to get started with all of that. I talked about the runestone already. We're ready to go, guys. So the cards are also already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time. So I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Hit that like button if you're ready to have a great October. There we go. We are on and recording. What I'm doing now, Libra, these are my ritual cuts, basically cutting each deck into three parts, putting them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Same procedure for personal private reading, so it's just like you're here with me now. And then we're ready to run it. So here we go with the four corners first. Four corners, Libra. Up here is work. Big theme. Pretty big. Over here is love. Also chatty group, a lot blocked. We'll see if it stays that way. Down here is finance. A lot to talk about there too. And over here is health. Big one there too. Okay, well, we just had a very large spread, turns out. Four corners can be simple. This is not going to be one of those months though. I will make sure it's all in view for you in just a minute. Let me make sure my card work is good. Just this one, I need to make sure it's not a person. Oh, it is a person. Okay. So that needs to stay there. And then we are ready to get Angel here. Just for my big themes. Not for everybody, but just for the two big ones, which is work and health. Okay, check the blockages. One there, just two here. That's good. This one's a little blocked, and we got, that's pretty much it. And it's 2/3, it's just one corner. I'm going to leave it the way it is. We're good to go, guys. We're going to run it just like this. Okay, so now it's a matter of getting it all in view for you. You can see the bottom right corner very, very nicely. Unfinished Symphony is the end there. That's going to be your health corner. When we move up here, this is love. Bracket of my hand here, using my hand as a tool. And then over here, this is your work corner at the top, thinker. And that's a big one. And then down at the bottom, let me kind of scoot these guys up. There you go. Now you can see it. The little grabber here on my phone covers that, so I can't see if you can see it or not, but it's there. You can see it. So we're ready to go, guys. Let's get started. Hope you've thought of that yes or no. That's going to be a fun one at the end. That is also available as a personal product, I got to tell you, too. If your question doesn't get answered, you know, Spirit does their best, but if they just don't hit it, you know what? The personal yes or no will, because it's all about your energy, and any of my personal products are all about you. There is no shared energy like we're using Libra here. And all those are available on my website, scottsagent.com, and they're all personalized, just to you. Wide variety of services. So where to start here is the question. I'm going to start with health. I'm going to kind of do health and then move around the clock, so to speak. Okay, so with health, they're talking about really needing to get after something here. Really needing to be authoritative, Libras. You got to get off the, get off the pot. Let's get moving here with health. This can be spiritual health too, but I'm kind of looking down the chart. Well, it can be a little bit of that too. There is some spiritual growth that can be had for some of my Libras, that there's an opportunity here. So maybe that's something that some of you can seize. But for the most of the rest of you, what they're talking about here is very health-related stuff. Maybe something you've let go. Maybe something you planned to start, but didn't get around to it yet. Maybe you've been busy. Maybe you're just like, well, I'm going to do it when I can. And here, Spirit is saying, hey, you got to be authoritative with this. You got to own it. You got to be the boss of your health corner. Is what the Emperor card is the boss card in tarot. And that's basically what they're saying. Now we have a person card popping up. So this is a male energy here with my King of Pentacles. This is usually masculine. Well, I mean, it is masculine, but this is usually a man because it is masculine. But this can also be a very, 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 very strong female. And if that's the case, they could be talking about her also. So there's somebody else popping up in your health corner. Why is that? Maybe this is something that you could do with this person to get more authoritative with it. Maybe this is somebody else. This message is for somebody else, and you got to relay this message to them, somebody close to you. I mean, this is going to be very close to you if it's not about you. This would be like a spouse or a sibling. This is not like, your old friend from high school. This is not that at all. But we have somebody else popping up in your health corner, and there's a reason for it, and it is a masculine form. They do show that there is guidance going on here. It makes me feel like a little bit personal trainer-ish, and that could also be why this other person's popping up. Like I said, do something with somebody else. So this could be like a team working together like a personal trainer would if they're talking about, physical health, doing something with somebody else, being guided at least. But there is also, with the Hermit card, they're also giving me the element of this can be done alone too. And it's kind of a weird kind of a mix because it makes me feel like you're getting the best of both worlds here somehow. So the first impression that I get, it's like when you, it's like personal trainer-ish, but it's something that it's like you don't necessarily have to pay for and show up for. It's like, a video. You pop the video in, the old days it was VHS, now it's DVD or YouTube. You just click on some kind of, 20-minute online workout, whatever it is that you're interested in, and you still get the guidance, but you're still doing it alone. See what I'm saying? So there is kind of like all those energies going on in here. And here's the why. They say unfinished symphony, so there's something that's just not done. There's more work to be done here. You're not at the finish line yet. Even if you're one of the Libras here who has been working on your health corner, they're saying here, you're not at that finish line yet. And maybe to a certain degree, you never will be. Maybe this is something you just got to stay after forever. It's more of a longer term thing and just more, maybe even a lifestyle change in general that just needs to occur long term. So unfinished symphony, something needs to be finished there. What greater month to accommodate that than the month of October, Libra season. Let's gonna save love. Let's move over to your work and finance. I like to read those together for you guys because that's a very intertwined group. I'm going to do finance first. Finance first, they talk about nurturing your mindset with finances here. So some of you basically have been stressed out about some certain things with finances. You're still kind of hanging on to this like pretty well though, despite the mental challenges that are involved with some financial stuff in the month of October. You need to keep a good headspace, so keep that in mind too. Your mental health is kind of first here with finances. They do talk about that there is they bring in like no college or no higher knowledge, or the other definition of that I'm going to get to in a second. But first, let me kind of go where I started. So this could be like, I mentioned college, but this could also be like accreditations or learning something new here that is coming up on a block. So they basically don't want you to spend the money here on something like that, at least not right now. Maybe later you could pay for the online class to learn X, whatever it is for you. But right now they're saying the finances are better placed elsewhere right now. Now, the other definition of that card is just you don't have the full scope. You don't have the full truth of what is going on financially right now. So you just got to kind of like either make less of important decisions, maybe just kind of let things play out a little bit in front of you until you get more of what the puzzle looks like. You get more puzzle pieces, you can start figuring stuff out and be like, oh, okay, I need to go buy this on this date. I need to go, pay this then. Where if you don't have that information, you're kind of driving blind. You're not really sure what to do or where to go. So that's what they show. That's the energy. There is an event coming into that some of my Libras are putting some money into. This could be a party, an event, a gathering. It's coming up in the financial corner, so there is some finance being moved here. It shows a positive way, though, well balanced and so forth. This is, I really hate to kind of do the cheap like birthday thing, because obviously like a lot of my Libras here, this is the timing of that, and it's kind of like a cheap win. But I didn't align these cards, you know what I mean? Like this is a spirit popping in event under finances. So there's money being moved, even if it's like a wedding party or some kind of gathering, maybe just a family barbecue, whatever it is, there is money being involved there. And that is also a way that you can move money that spirit is basically checking off and saying like, this is good, this is okay to do that. Otherwise they would be turning it around and flipping it around and saying, oh, no, don't do that. But I pay just as much attention to what they say as to what they don't say. So there's your financial corner. As we move up to work, there is some work stuff that is getting wrapped up for a lot of my Libras in the month of October. Very good to see. Very good completion energy. Things wrapping up. Old projects or things coming to full fruition. All that kind of stuff. Very good. The World card can also mean travel with work. It's going to be obviously less of my audience, but it's still a factor. Still a theme. The Devil card comes in on an invert, so they're showing breaking free from something here with work in the month of October. That's either describing what's happening or the advice is that you got to separate yourself, you got to uncuff yourself from something, somebody, maybe a boss, maybe a job in general, maybe just a project. So there is a freedom with that decoupling. This is kind of the same energy of breaking a bad habit, but it's coming up under work. So there's something that you're getting yourself and creating some space, some separation from there. And that is very full moon energy. We're going to talk about your moon cycles in just 1 minute, but let me finish your work corner. They do show that this is the month too that my Libras really need to either take a vacation or get some rest in, some rest and relaxation, less of the busy kind of crazy energy with work. We need kind of a pause from that. So whatever it is that you do to counter kind of the crazy and the busyness, they are calling for that. For you to do that in October. It's very good energy to do. The last thing they wrap up is thinker. So a lot of you here are not even really sure where some of this stuff is that I'm going with here. Basically saying you're a little confused about stuff, or you need to start thinking about the deeper level of what I just said. Maybe they're just this whole message for you specifically. If it's not directly about you, this could be about planting a seed so that you start thinking about, oh, okay, well, what do I need to break away from here? Maybe this is something for next year. Maybe this is something for a couple weeks, couple months. Hard to say. I'm only really looking at October, so that's as far as I can take it. But they want you to start doing this. They want you to start thinking about what this can be, what direction it is for you, and the completion too. Go back to the first card. Getting things wrapped up in the month of October is so good for any of my Libras. It doesn't matter kind of what part of the spectrum of Libra you are either, because this is just coming in so good for completion. Let's wrap it up, Libras. Now, I did talk about that moon energy, that full moon. That's the first one that hits in October. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. The full moon comes in on October the 9th. That's the best time to get anything out of your life that you don't want there, that doesn't fit there. You got to get rid of. Could be people. Could be stuff. Maybe you got to sell something, donate something, get it out of there. Wrapping up old projects. We talked about the completion part in the work corner. And this is, and breaking free from the shackles too, is that freedom. It's purging energy. So purging anything out of your life fits much better early in October to mid-month. And that is October 9th. It doesn't have to be on the 9th anytime around there. Really good for it. Now, adversely, we have the new moon that comes in October 25th. Same exact date as September was. So we have a repeat of the new moon on the 25th. And that's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life that wasn't there before. So if you're trying to bring in new love, you're trying to bring in something new with work, some kind of new finances, new money, trying to bring in something new with health. We talked about health already. This is much better placed, guys, under the new moon. The new moon lets you bring that stuff in very easily. Much easier to do it later in the month than in the beginning of the month. It doesn't mean you couldn't do it. It just means that it would be challenging. You'd be swimming against the current instead of swimming with the current. Now, the moon cycles is something that I put together a cheat sheet for you guys. I do it every single month and it's free. It is parked on my website, scottsagent.com. You go to my videos page, go down to the bottom there, you can see the little graphic illustration of the moon cycles for October. And that just shows you the ins and outs and how you can implement positive change into your month. And just make things flow a little smoother. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter group. I take great care of my newsletter people. Get a couple free readings every single year just by signing up for it. And there's a big one coming next month. There's something very special that you're going to be very happy if you're signed up for the newsletter for. And also tell your friends, if they're into this kind of stuff too. there's no better time to sign up for the newsletter than right now, because they're going to be very happy with you next month. So make sure you sign up for that. That's for free also. Bottom of my website, every single page. While you're at the, well, not the website, but make sure you follow the Facebook page too, because I do giveaways every single month on Facebook. We do all kinds of fun things, guys, all the time. Always something new and exciting around here. Just did the Name the Bear contest last month too. So lots of fun stuff. Got to tell you about this wonderful display that's right in front of me here too. The store front, the online spiritual store, is getting larger. One product every single month. That's how I reveal it. I'm going to do a 1-minute cutaway and tell you guys about that. Then we're going to come back and hit that love corner, that infamous love corner for my Libras. So here you go. This product was technically released last month in tandem, in unison with the Sunflower Potpourri as a rejuvenator, as an enhancer, but it does so much more than that, and now you can see it has its brand new labeling. The ladies are dressed, so to speak. When your Sunflower Potpourri, sold separately, doesn't smell anymore, once the scent is gone, this is the way to refresh it, rejuvenate it, and make it last for so much longer. And this is a 4-ounce bottle here, guys. It's got that same wonderful sunflower, flowery aroma, just tuned down a little bit, making it a little lighter, makes its uses much more diverse, much more widespread, and you can use this for a room spray. Make any room in your house smell better. Bathroom, room, cat litter box, use it in the car, make the car smell nice and floral, fresh. When we were designing this, we were basically like, well, you know, why stop there? You can even wear this as a body spray. It is not as intense as a perfume. It's a little bit lighter, but it is designed to also do that. So you're going to love this so much that you'd even want to wear it. I mean, it just smells that heavenly. It's that divine. It is a great product that you will enjoy and be so happy that you picked up. Shipping free the entire month of October. I cannot promise that always, but I can promise it right now. In fact, everything in the shop in October will ship free for October only. Okay, Libra, I am back. Now it's Love Corner time, the infamous Love Corner. The first thing they talk about is perspective. They really want you to be looking at what's right in front of your face here. A lot of you Libras, especially in regards to Love Corner, it doesn't matter whether you're single and looking for love or if you're happily in a relationship or marriage and you're good. They're saying they want you to look at what's right in front of your face here. A lot of you Libras have a tendency to look bigger picture all the time in the Love Corner, and they want you to kind of get away from that, at least right now in the month of October. It's not a bad thing to do. It's just saying, hey, there's something they don't want you to miss that's like right in front of your face right now. Now, this may be somebody who's like local to you. This could be like a localized thing. This could be just the moments that are right in front of you. Just like I gave you the example of, if you're in a relationship already, this could be just spending time with your family. Hey, look at what's right in front of your face here, the month of October. Good time to do that. They also bring in that the Love Corner is here in October. It is more about your choices. I have the star card coming in on a turn, on a delay, or on a invert, which is basically saying that this is not about fate. This is not about destiny. In October, for my Libras, the Love Corner is more about your day-to-day choices, which is empowering because you control those. That's the stuff that you have direct kind of willpower over. So that kind of stuff, pay attention to it because it matters. Your day-to-day choices are very important in the Love Corner set in general. Doesn't matter where you're at. Now, they do show that there is some physical injury in there. I have my injury card, my 9 of Wands coming in also. So that could be being a little beaten up in the Love Corner. Maybe some of you Libras have had a rough go of it, had a hard time, getting something started, or maybe just kind of overcoming a rough patch. Either way, they're letting you know here that this is, there's somebody looking over your shoulder here. This was probably why they wanted me to use this deck, because this was really the key. I'm looking kind of around at everything I used. This is one of the cards that is very different in this deck, and I think that this was the key here. They want to let you know that there is somebody kind of looking over your shoulder here. Now, this could be that, going back to the local card, that there is somebody very close to you here that you need to pay attention to. This could also mean that this is somebody on the other side that is helping you, in ways that we don't understand from the other side, helping, like guardian angel type stuff, spirit guide stuff, helping you align certain things with the family, with your loved ones, because anybody close to your heart can come into the Love Corner. So October is that time, and it's letting you know that whatever challenges you are going through and surmounting, maybe even kind of dealing with some of your the things that beat you up in the past. This could not even be necessarily about right now, and that's why they want you to look at what's right in front of your face, opposed to, what's happened to you before or what's going to happen to you in the future. Hey, let's look at right now. Right now is the present, okay? So that's kind of the deal there for the love corner. Now let me get into your extra stuff here. Let's do the runestone first before we get into the yes or no. Get over here. Table full of cards. All right, so give them a quick swirl. And the runestone for my Libras for October is going to be this guy right here. Show it to you. Fascinatingly enough, Libras, this is the runestone for the self. The self, working on yourself. Now, where did we talk about that? We talked about in the health corner, very prominently with the Hermit. Even though there was an aspect of guidance, there was also an aspect of isolation there, doing something by yourself for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very good to see. Now, it could just be a month in general. I'm kind of looking around your other corners, seeing if there's any other tie-ins there. This may just be a month for you to really kind of work on you, Libras, and make it less about other people, and also get into the thinking mindset, what they gave us there, about really kind of figuring out the work stuff. This is a good kind of contemplation, mental activity month for my Libras for the work corner. Work corner, a big place too. It's work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, hobbies, interests, entrepreneurship. All that stuff falls into the work corner. So start thinking about that kind of stuff for you, for the self. And of course, your family and stuff expands out from that. You first, and then everybody gets to flourish from that. Also, unfinished symphony there in the health corner. Work on yourself with whatever it is for health that you need to finish, because that was a very large corner too. Now let's get into your yes or no, guys. I am going to reshuffle these cards very quickly, so I'm going to cut away to do that. And we're going to be back with your yes or no. So I'll be right back. Okay, Libra, I am back with your yes or no. The deck has been reshuffled. Gonna ritual cut it one last time. And we're ready to go. Yes on my left. No on my right. Okay. A lot of people energy popping up, but they're actually not people. It's more the energy of. Chatty group, though, especially on the yes side. Over here, just that one. Okay. I believe we're almost there. Okay, I'm going to start with the no side first. If any of you asked about anything with siblings, close family members specifically, the answer could be no. We have siblings card coming up on the no side. And keep in mind, no might just mean not right now. It may not mean not ever. Keep that in mind. The context of this is open. But they do bring in the siblings card on the no side. This is also close friends. We also have being very offensive with business. If somebody asked about, let me look ahead for business stuff. If somebody asked about going after a job right now, or really chasing like working by yourself, or drastic change with work, they'd be also saying no here. This is a more time here in October to hold back and not go after it. So again, they're not saying no, not ever, but they're saying no, not right now, especially going after something really aggressively with work. Maybe, hey, should I ask my boss for a promotion? No. Don't do it right now. Maybe later. Now, the last thing that they show here coming up on the no side, now that we covered work and kind of family on the no side, this is more no action with money. So they're saying no. If you asked about spending money specifically on something that is a close goal of yours, or something that you've been really wanting to accomplish, like I hear some of you really wanting to buy a house. Some of you have really been wanting to make some kind of major accolade with that, where you're actually putting a lot of money into something. Even redoing the kitchen, that kind of energy. Here they're saying no with inaction with money right now. So again, not ever, but specifically if it's about a goal, something longer term, here they're saying no action with the money now. So maybe better placed later. Okay, that's what the no side is. Let's jump into now the yes side. The first thing they talk about is the card, Justice card, which can be about divorce, legal agreements, binding stuff. Even when you buy a car, it's a legal agreement. All that kind of stuff falls under the Justice card. But like I said, it can also be marriage and divorce and all that kind of legal in-betweener stuff. This can also be about karma, but usually you wouldn't be asking a question about karma. This is more legal type stuff. If you asked a legal question, you're coming up on the yes side with a lot of specifics. We do have the Lovers card inverted. That's basically it makes me feel more like divorce, really, or two people kind of falling out of good deals with each other, falling out of love directly or falling out of, hey, this is just not it anymore, something like that. We have the Devil card inverted next, which is breaking free from the bondage. We talked about that in the work corner, so it's coming up again here on the yes side. It could be something about work, especially if the work corner attached to you very strongly. They could be popping that up, or it could be about detaching here from the Lovers card, which is like the divorce type feel. Okay, so that coming up on the yes side too. Fork in the road. So there's a decision that needs to be made here. There's a couple different directions it can go. So there is the yes side. So some of you haven't made that decision yet, but that's the factors that's coming up on the yes side. Keep that in mind. There is a work, nurturing of the work corner on the yes side that is needed. That's coming up as a yes, especially driving or the need to focus. Let me think here. Could be car related. If some of you asked if you work with your car or with deliveries, that kind of stuff, it would be coming up on the yes side, but with small print. It's coming in blocked. The car is upside down and, that kind of thing. So there's more involved to that. I don't want to dive too far into that aspect because I think it's more energetic, which is the definition of really kind of spreading yourself out here. Some of my Libras with work really need to nurture spreading yourself out more. So the answer is a yes, but it's with more dispersion, if that makes sense. And then the final yes kind of factor here is nurturing the money to get to this sunny place. It makes me feel like saving. It's just like Libras really need to save right now versus spend. You could see the yes side said save, the no side said, basically don't spend right now. So that moves us back into this side, which is they're basically saying you get to a great place. We have the Sun card coming in next, the best card in the deck, guys, and it's upright. It is clean and clear and crisp. So nurture that money, especially if you asked a money kind of question. Nurture it. Basically, don't blow it. Put it to good use. Treat it like a child, the same motherly energy that you would treat your child with. Make these decisions with this money the same way. It turns out very good if you do. The best card in the deck, good. So that's what we have, guys. Very good way to end the Libra reading with the yes or no. And if your question was not answered, do not fret. I offer this as a personal product. You can get it anytime on the website. It's a very fast turnaround too. You get your answer in 24 to 48 hours turnaround time. It's part of the mini product series that I offer. ScottSagent.com, guys. That is the entire reading. We've been through the runestone. We've been through the entire four corners. We've been through it all, Libras. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. That's it for me. Have a wonderful Libra season in October.